Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Noelle, aka Makeup Esquire, and we are now live here on Instagram and on YouTube. This is our usual Sunday lives. I get ready for church with y'all at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every week. And thank you all for being here. This is truly the highlight of my week. I have so much fun getting ready with y'all. How is everyone doing? Welcome, welcome. Who remembers that every time I say welcome, welcome, or somebody says welcome, 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 I always think of that movie from, what was it? Amanda Bynes was in that movie. She's the Man. Am I the only one that remembers that? Hey y'all, please go ahead and like the live on the way in and share with anyone who you think would like to watch my videos. I would love to have you. If you're new, welcome. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. So I'm just starting off with a little bit of this Valentino brow pencil. It's a trio, so it's a pencil and a pen and a spoolie all in one, which is why I like it so much. Hey Jesus, how are you, girlfriend? Good to see you. But yeah, I love this Valentino brow trio. I have two backups ready to go so that I'm never without her. For foundation today, I'm going to be trying on this Lancome one, the Taint Idol. I've been hearing so many great things about her. It's I think gonna be my first time trying it. Actually, my girlfriend Rebecca gave her to me because she picked up the wrong shade. So hopefully the shade 200N will work for me. It has an SPF of 25. So it is 24-hour foundation, breathable coverage, octanoxate 6.7 titanium. I'm gonna grab my little palette here. And I will just do a quick little pump. I don't really have an exact look to plan for today's look, but I have been wanting to play around with the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. With all these new releases happening, y'all, I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed. I don't know about y'all. So some of the things that I personally have been eyeing to pick up is potentially the new Hourglass palette. So I know that they have just come out with a few different color stories. I did pick up the new Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette in like the lighter colorway, but it hasn't arrived yet. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try to use this, like these new releases, as motivation to dip into some of the things that, as you can see, could use a lot more love. So yeah, let's dip into her today, shall we? And then I just leaned over and grabbed some of my Hourglass palettes that could use some more love from previous releases. So it'll kind of motivate me to use what's in my stash as I await the Sephora sale. I'm going to try to hold off and get anything I can on sale. I got the new Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette because I was able to find a 30% off coupon. I'll link it if it's still available. The darker color, ugh, woo, that's salty, y'all. I'm having an electrolyte drink and it needs to be mixed. Y'all ever have that happen to you? Where you just have like a mouthful of salt? Trying to stay hydrated because it's hot out. Hey everyone. Hi, hello, welcome. Gabby's in the house. Heather, Stacy, Susan, welcome. Good to see all you lovely ladies. Let me know if anybody has ever tried this Lancome Taint Idol. I watch Andrea Ali. She's one of my favorite makeup artists, and she raves about how beautiful this foundation is. So hopefully I will like her. But yeah, let's talk about these new releases. Hung Van Gogh has come out with new makeup. There's a lot of new brush releases too on the market. I don't know about y'all, but unless they're like Okay, you see how that looks a little light on me? We'll see if we can kind of like make it work by blending it out. And if it ends up being too light, because I do have a self tan on right now too, so my neck is a little bit darker than what it usually is. Hopefully, like in this case, I kind of want it to oxidize a little bit. But if I need to mix it with anything, I have the Prada foundation that I can mix it with too. That should be a little bit deeper than this. I don't know. What does it look like? Looks a little light. Like, it's the perfect shade for me, I think, without a self tan. You love a salty electrolyte drink, Gabby? Yeah. You have a salt tooth? So do I. That's why I'm drinking it. I do like when I love a salty electrolyte drink too. But I just don't like when I get like a mouthful of the salt. Oh, Heather, you almost ordered this Lancome one on Macy's. The other day they had it 30% off. This is my first time trying it, so I can't really say. So for instance, y'all, if you're shade tunes with me, I'm in MN60 and Prada, but I can also go for MN50 or MN55, just depending, like, you know, where my skin tone is. Just because like MN60, I would say, is probably like the deepest I would go. That's like with a self tan and like as tan as I could probably get. 50 and 55 are probably like at my lightest, but this is just a comparison between the Prada MN60 and this Lancome 1 in 200N, which neutral is supposed to stand for N, and it to me it's still a little warm. It's leaning yellow. So for y'all to see the difference. So I'll show you. You see how the Prada one, what I really appreciate about the Prada one is how the neutral like it truly is neutral, which I really like. So you see the difference on my forehead and on my cheek. So I think just kind of, and so sometimes the Prada one leans a slightly dark for me when I'm not tanned. So I figure it was totally fine to have this one in my collection because I can just mix it and hopefully it'll be okay. But yeah, how is everyone? So lovely to see you all. You see how that like looks a tiny bit deep for me right now? So that's why I'm gonna just like mix it, which is probably not the most ideal to try to give you a first impressions on this foundation, unfortunately. But there's nothing worse than having a foundation that's too light, you know? But I'm sure it's a beautiful foundation on its own. It's just, it's giving kind of like a satin finish. It's just a hair light for me right now. Maybe once my self tan wears off, it'll be like the perfect shade. But yeah, Andrea Ali loves the way this foundation wears, this Lancome one wears. So she raves about it all the time. So I've been meaning to try it since forever. And maybe I'll be more like 300N, but I'm kind of worried that 300N might be a little deep. I don't know. But like I said, this was gifted to me, so I didn't have a choice. So I'm just grateful to have it. It looks fine to you, Stacy. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think the combination of those two is like the perfect match. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a lovely Sunday so far. So other than the Hourglass palettes, okay, so I told you all I grabbed the lighter colorway and the Natasha Denona one. So on eCosmetics, using the code CHIC supposedly gets you 30% off. I don't know if that lighter colorway is still in stock, if anyone's interested. I was gonna hold off until the Sephora sale, but then when I heard that there was a discount code, my friend's son told me about it. I went ahead and used her link. So like I said, after this, I'll try to link it down below if it's still in stock on eCosmetics. And thank you so much for shopping via my affiliate links. If you do shop for any of the products that I ever mention on here, or brushes, like this brush you can get on the Food A Bobo website, which I have pinned here on my YouTube channel as well. It's at no additional cost to you. And that's just how you can help support my channel as a small creator that's trying to grow. But just you being here and watching is goes a long way. So I am going to be using, I brought out this Natasha Denona concealer. This is in the shade P4. I've mixed a tiny bit of P2 into it just because I found that P4 was slightly deep for me. But one of you was asking me in my DMs the other day which shade we would be in this Natasha Denona concealer. And I said P4 is more of like my color correcting shade, and P2 is more of like a brightening shade underneath the eyes. So this isn't like the perfect shade right now for me, but I'm going to be mixing it with a little bit of probably, which one should we use? Sarah Creel Face Flex in the shade 3. It's always hard for me to pick between concealers because there's just so many good ones on the market right now that I'm loving. Like the Double Wear one, the Westman Atelier one. I just don't love the undertones in the Westman Atelier one, but other than that, it's a really great concealer. The Sarah Creel one is really good too. So yeah. Hey Johnny, how's it going? But yeah, so I am actually pretty stoked because I'm on vacation the next couple weeks, and so I'm just kind of chilling, and I'll hopefully try to put up content for y'all as consistently as I can. I want to try to relax, but I also am like, oh, it's a good opportunity for me to be able to put content out, since usually, you know, when I have like my 9 to 5, that tends to sometimes be difficult to try to do it all. So did anyone watch the fight last night? The boxing fight that was live on Netflix? I grew up watching boxing, and it's just like surreal to me that now all the big fights are streaming live on Netflix. I just remembered like the pay-per-view days. Anyone remember that? But yeah, and then I'm also watching the Charlie Sheen documentary right now. I'm on part 2. That's pretty interesting. I want to try the Victoria Beckham Foundation too, Heather. I've been hearing really great things about that one. Okay, people are saying that the color match looks good. Cool. Thank you for the feedback. We got some Heathers from New Hampshire. I've never been there, but I want to go. You never watch boxing, but your brother's friends always did, so I would see it casually. Yeah, for me, it was like, I remember my, because I grew up in a household full of boys. If y'all didn't already know, I'm one of 6 kids, and I have 5 brothers, no sisters. So, but my dad was always into it. My dad and my grandpa. So whenever there was like a big fight, I would always hear about it. So some like part of it just kind of like connects me to my childhood in a weird way. It's not like I would pay for it or anything, but since it happened to be on last night, it's just interesting to see like all the celebrities that are attending and everything, you know? Okay, so what should we do next? Should we do a little bit of cream contour? Yeah. I've been using the heck out of my Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate because I want to finish that one. But let's switch it up a little bit and do a little bit of this Dior Forever in the shade 3 medium. I've been loving this new brush that I recently picked up from Fude Bobo's website. If it's no longer available on Fude Bobo, I wonder if it's on CD Japan. Actually, I got it on CD Japan because Bobo had sold out. I missed it on the first release. So I do have an affiliate link to CD Japan. The commission that they give is just like rewards points. So either way, I'm grateful if you go through my links when shopping CD Japan. I also have an affiliate link for Fude Beauty. So most of the brushes that I talk about are from those 3 retailers. I have been seeing the prices of these synthetic brush releases that have been coming out, and I don't mean to like talk smack on other creators and their brush releases, y'all, but like when I heard that makeup artist Makeup by Nikki LaRose, which I love her work, don't get me wrong, she's releasing like a set of 6 brushes for damn near $200. Mind you, these are synthetic brushes from China. The set of 6 probably cost her $20. And she's selling them to you for $200. Don't get me wrong, I love BK Beauty and I bought her last set, but it's tempting because you watch her use them and she's such a great makeup artist and they're like hyped up because she has like a big following. But these brushes, y'all, are overpriced. They're so overpriced. Like, you can get really awesome, like, handmade Japanese makeup brushes that, in my opinion, are just, like, so much more worth your money. And that's all I want to say. To each his own. But like even Reffer is out here trying to make Japanese handmade brushes more affordable for us at steal of prices. I am wanting to pick up the Alex Anele release because I missed that release the first time around. Yes, the pay-per-view days. Gabby remembers. The Ihodo brush is gorgeous, right? And it's like, ugh, it's very high quality. Did anyone else pick this up? Like the bristles are just really beautiful. It was a beautifully done brush. So shout out to Ihodo. Okay. Let me see. I want to use roller skate. This one was like put away in my collection for a while, and then I don't know if y'all saw I did a full face of Victoria Beckham Beauty not too long ago, and I mentioned how like I forgot how like look at how gorgeous this pink shade is. It's almost like neon. Like I said, I've had it for a while, but I just like put it away and didn't use it. This is a very unique pinky shade in my collection. I don't have anything else really like this, so yeah, really gorgeous, gorgeous pinky shade that I completely forgot about for some reason. I don't know why I thought it was like more neutral, but I guess I was thinking about the other one in the shade Major that I have. That's definitely more neutral. It compares more to like Petal by Westman Atelier. Look at how pretty that is. Ah, gorgeous. And I don't even love like cream blushes like that. Like I definitely tend to prefer powder blushes because I have oily skin and I also have melasma, so every time I put like cream products in this area on, it's just like harder to like cover my melasma again. So that's why I just like rather set it down with powder and then do powder again. But to get the best longevity, you for sure want to layer your products. So super, super pretty, like year-round pinky shade. Beautiful color, gorgeous. Thank you so much. The blush is really unique, right? Victoria Beckham in roller skate. So after I get back from church, y'all, I'll link all of these products that I'm using if anybody's interested in picking any of these up. Agreed. Nothing beats Fude for me, right? Totally. Victoria Beckham is doing free shipping. I saw that on her website currently. Thank you for reminding us, Heather. That is true. I got free shipping for the foundation because it was so expensive, but took advantage and ordered the bikini gloss. Ooh, that reminds me, I should take mine out. Yeah, I did a full face of Victoria Beckham recently because there was certain products that I haven't used in a while and I revisited. I guess I have the shade. Oh yeah, this one is bikini. Hey son, thank you so much. This one is bikini. I think you're gonna love her, Heather. She's a really gorgeous, like milky, kind of like neutral to cool leaning pinky shade. I'll leave her out because actually I'll probably just use it today now that you brought her up. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think we can powder this down. So I have my good old Huda Beauty here, setting powder. I have it in 2 shades right now, Pound Cake and Cherry Blossom Cake. And they're both like less than halfway gone. Why am I tempted to like pour them into each other and mix them? I don't know. I'm like so close to doing that. And I take off my sifter. And I was kind of scared to do it at first, but it was the best decision I ever made. It's just so much easier to use. I love just being able to like dip right into the powder. On the face, like this Cherry Blossom Cake doesn't really look that pink, so that's why I just kind of use them interchangeably. I had a third one, but my mom came and took it, so, because she just heard me rave about this powder so much. Hey girlfriend, welcome everyone. I honestly think it looks even better than your Clé de Peau powder. The Huda Beauty is the GOAT, right? I haven't tried that Clé de Peau. I know you said you have been enjoying it, Heather, but I have tried the La Prairie one, and that one is a freaking arm and a leg. Happy Sunday to you, Sonia. How are you? And I still grab for my Huda Beauty one more. The other one I have handy here is like the Chanel one. I would probably say is like my second favorite. I really like this one, but because like it's so expensive, it's like hard for me to use. But like, yeah, I always find myself going back to the good old Huda Beauty setting powder. It's just, she's so good. She's so reliable. She does what I need to do. I think that a lot of different skin types work with this powder. Like it's not too drying, but it's also mattifying. It doesn't have any like shimmer or luminosity to it, which I do not want in my setting powders personally. So it's just solid, reliable. The price is right. She has a bunch of shades to choose from. Can't complain. I forgot to do a little nose contour, so I'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Huda Beauty in the T-zone because it's matte, and then the Hourglass and the Clé de Peau ones on the outskirts because they have a bit more luminosity. Yeah, that's how I would use my Clé de Peau one too, because for the same reason. Like there's some powders that are beautiful out there, but because they have a tiny bit of radiance to them, they just aren't as good for setting the T-zone, where I think everybody should just have a matte T-zone because that's just what looks best. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. got a comment on Instagram that I look like a Picasso painting. That's kind of just what it feels like to sit and do our makeup together, right? It's just like we're painting a canvas. I'm going to just fill in my hairline a little bit, y'all, because y'all already know I like to take this Color Wow stuff and then just kind of like even this out. Oops, I went a little bit overboard there. I think it's because my roots are growing out and they are cooler in tone than the color I dye my hair. So sometimes I just feel like it looks a little, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just think that that makes a difference. Especially when I'm like wearing my hair up, like this is a tip. If you feel like you have like certain little bald spots you want to cover up, you don't even have to use this exact product. You could just use like a brown eyeshadow. Like sometimes I just use that brush and then just dip into like my Anastasia Ebony brow powder because it tends to be a little bit dark for my eyebrows, but it's like the perfect match to fill in my hairline. No, I have not tried the Guerlain powder, but I want to try it. I've heard great things about it. I heard that it's matte, so I feel like I would like it. I wonder if it's on Nordstrom. I might pick that up soon. Okay. Oh, Isomea. The contour stick. I have Oak and Rosewood. Oh, the Huda Beauty setting powders that I used Cherry Blossom Cake and Pound Cake. I used a combination of both. When they're on, like, when they're actually on the face, you don't really see that much of a difference. But in general, I try to use the Cherry Blossom Cake for my under eyes because there's like a slightly pinky tone to it. I never got that Ube one, but I know that that one supposedly had like even more of a like a purpley tone to it. That was limited edition. I don't even know if it's still available. Thanks for asking. This is how I've been contouring my nose lately. Just a tiny bit on the tip. It just kind of gives a little definition. I've stopped doing the whole like 2 lines down the nose, and sometimes less is more. It's like all we need sometimes is just a little definition. But everybody has a different shaped nose, so I'm not telling you to contour like I contour. But that's just how I do it. See? And same with the lips. Like, it's a slight difference, but it's effective to just kind of like bring the definition back. After we have done foundation and concealer and powder and everything, I just feel like the nose and the lips kind of just like disappear. Hey Kieran, welcome girlfriend, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, no worries, girl. Oh, is the Color Wow waterproof? That's a good question, Susan. I don't think it claims to be. Yeah, I don't think it claims to be. And I actually haven't tested that out. I am going to Florida soon, so maybe I can test that out for you and report back if I get into the water with it. Yeah, the cool toned lip liner isn't really a lip liner. It's the Isomea contour stick. But thank you. Yeah, we love us a good cool tone lip liner, right? I've been eyeing, not that I need any more lip liners, but I love lip liners, y'all. And the recent one I've been eyeing to pick up is the one from MPH, Mary Phillips' new makeup brand. Tempting, tempting. So we'll see if I end up kind of giving in and picking one of those up. I always end up giving in during the Sephora sale. All I need is a good sale to take me off the edge. This is just a NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Ginger to just hide any of that hyperpigmentation that pops out. Okay, we're looking pretty snatched. I do say so myself. I'm like looking at myself in different mirrors and in different angles to just kind of see the foundation, since I know I mixed it with the Prada, but it's the first time I'm trying out that Lancome foundation. So for anyone that's new, we're trying out the Lancome Tint et al. Ultra Wear. Sales really are effective at eliminating all willpower and going crazy. I, for one, am definitely a victim of sales. Ooh, fun. Getting ready for an Indian engagement party. Love that. Okay, let's dip into her, shall we? Or should we do our lips first? Because my lips always feel naked. You know what I want to do? Let's put a little bit of roller skate on the lips, because it's such a pretty pink. And we'll do the eyes more intense. And we'll do like a less intense lippy today, shall we? Oh my gosh, the blush, Keela. Welcome, how are you? Thanks for the question. The Victoria Beckham Cheeky Posh in the shade Roller Skate. We were talking about how beautiful and unique of a pink this shade is. It's gorgeous. Gorge, gorge, gorge. It's a very unique, like almost neon. It's a really pretty bright pink. I don't have anything else like this roller skate shade in my collection. Okay. Which lip liner? Okay, so because we're doing Victoria Beckham, let's just do a Victoria Beckham 02 lip liner. It looks beautiful on you. Thank you so much. I'm sure you would love it. Oh, and the foundation, Lancome, but because it was a little light for me, I mixed it with a tiny bit of the Prada. I'm trying the Lancome for the first time today. And it was gifted to me by my friend who got the wrong shade, so I didn't have a choice in the shade. But the shade is 200N in the Lancome. And MN60 in the Prada. So the combination of those two actually got me a pretty good shade match, I think. Because MN60 and Prada is like a hair too dark. So both of them together were perfection. Okay. I just kind of clean up the lips in case we go overboard with that contour. I always go in with a lip brush to kind of get the lip liner like really blended out, and it helps get it in the crevices of the lips too. So I also find that doing that helps the longevity, to really make sure that your lip liner is like blended in. Okay. And then we were talking about the Victoria Beckham lip gloss. So I'm going to top it off with the Victoria Beckham lip gloss in the shade Bikini. It's this really pretty, like, milky nude. Pinky shade. I just don't want to get the doe foot applicator dirty, so. Look at how pretty. Oh, this is such a gorgeous lip gloss. I love how the component is glass too. I love Victoria Beckham's packaging. Oh, you love my hair today? Thank you so much. I just threw it up because I was lazy and hot. So thank you. I appreciate that. You bought a lot of your brushes because of me, Amal. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I hope you're loving them. I'm always happy to make any recommendations. I'm a brush lover, so. You know what I realized? I haven't even gone in with bronzer yet. Oh, but we said we were going to do Hourglass, right? For all those that have joined since the beginning, I brought out my older Hourglass palettes because I'm eyeing probably like the Swan, the medium colorway is the one that I'm thinking about picking up out of all the new releases. So I don't know. Not that I need another one by any means, but I don't know. I'm always tempted by these Hourglass ones. They're just, you just can't go wrong. Like, Hourglass is so amazing. It's like unmatched too in the game. Like, there's no other company that has been able to do it like Hourglass does it, right? So let's just go in with one of these. It's always hard for me to pick. That's probably why I never reach for them, because I get like overwhelmed. So I'm going in with this Evil Eye palette. And I've never customized them, so all of my palettes are true to what... I know you can customize these palettes on the Hourglass website if you order through Hourglass. But I don't know. I just don't. Plus, like, the designs that have come out this year are just so gorgeous. It's like you can't go wrong with any of them. It's like I want all of them just to have the designs. But I actually do think Swan is my favorite, so it actually ends up working out. I don't even want to cover this blush because it's so pretty, but I want to just like put a little bit of this Hourglass pinky shade. I think it'll go well together. Look at that. Isn't that such a pretty match? This is like the powder version of this roller skate shade by Victoria Beckham, right? In the Evil Eye. So I'll just tap on a little bit of that shade right on top to just kind of set that cream blush in place. Okay, cute. Hopefully. It's a perfect match, right? My skin looks flawless, so that's a great duo. Thank you. I know it's a little bit more coverage than I usually go for. And then every time I go for like more coverage, I'm like, why do I not do more like higher coverage foundations? Because I'm always like looking at my skin like, damn, my skin looks good. You know why I haven't done higher coverage lately? Because it's been so hot. That's simply why. But I mean, maybe that's not even a good enough excuse. I primarily just have an issue with like my makeup breaking up right here when I wear sunglasses in the middle of the day when I walk my dogs. That's my issue with like putting a lot of makeup on right here. So then I stop putting a lot of makeup on right here, and then I feel like I can't put it on a lot on the rest of my face. So now that we're getting into we're transitioning, right? So as the seasons change, our makeup styles change too. And I'm actually really excited to get into the fall season because it's going to be less hot, and that just makes me want to play and experiment with these lovely deeper tones like today. So let's go into this middle shade here, Unity. I also really love fall fashion, the layers. I think it's probably my favorite season for fashion actually is fall. It's not too hot. It's not, even though here in Southern California, like fall is really just like an extension of summer, but fall / winter is so fun for fashion. I just love me a cozy sweater. I'm just biased. Yeah, the lip brush does help with the longevity. You never thought about that, but it makes sense. Great for the tip. Of course, Heather, I'm so glad that that was helpful. Yeah, I think I learned that tip. I'm like, my brain is a compilation of like all the YouTube videos that I've watched ever since like I discovered YouTube or makeup YouTube since like high school. And then I've been addicted and obsessed to watching makeup YouTube tutorials ever since. And like it's constant. Like I'm working out at the gym, I'm watching makeup YouTube tutorials. Like if I'm just like doing my hair, getting ready, I'm watching a makeup YouTube tutorial. It's just like my favorite content to watch. So after like years of just collecting little like tips, I don't like, you know, I'm not always going to say that like all the tips I share are my own. And anytime I do specifically remember where I get a tip from, I try to give credit where credit's due. And I think that one was a Tati Beauty tip, where she didn't say specifically a makeup brush, but she was saying when you're applying your lip liner, like really get it in there. And so it just makes sense to me that getting a brush to really help you with that. And then just adds precision too. And if you, especially if you have a brush like this Kolinsky brush by Bisciotto that I love, I have this one that has like the flatter end to it, and then I have the full on like pointy one too. So there's like a couple different types and they're the same price. But even if you don't have one like that, oh, I actually have its sister right here. Oh wait, no, this was actually, so yeah, the other one from Bisciotto is shaped similarly to this one but this one's by Takeda. This one's just a little thicker. But you, like I said, like you can use any, it's just Kolinsky is great for lip brushes. So it doesn't matter what shape you have in your collection, you can use them all kind of for the same purpose. So yeah. So I'm actually using my new Sonia G brushes too here for y'all. I'm wondering if anyone picked them up and if you're enjoying them. I certainly have been enjoying them. They're great. Of course they are, because Sonia G can do no wrong. So this like flat one I really like because it's different than, like, I like how it kind of tapers in and it has like a flat surface for you to be able to pack on brushes, or pack on shadow and shimmer. But it's also a paddle shape, so it kind of helps you like blend it out as well. And it has like a thicker belly too, and it tapers out to a thinner point. So I just feel like that thicker belly really helps you grab onto product. But I want to show you the difference between this one by Bobo and Chikuhodo, the S00, which I also really love. But this one is more of like a blender. So the middle one is kind of more of a combination between like a crease blender, right? And this one all the way on the far right, which is like a very flat one, where the belly, do you see how the belly on this one to my far right here is thinner than the Sonia G's belly right here at its core? So that's kind of the difference. So Refer has one that's very similar to this one too. I forget which one, like number 1 or number 2 or something. It's like a replica of one of the OG MAC ones. This is just like a very popular shape, right? This like flat style. So that's what's neat about the Sonia one, is that it's thicker at the belly and then it tapers inward as opposed to splaying outward like this one does. So the splay at the tip of this Chikuhodo and Bobo collab helps you blend out a little bit better than the Sonia one. But it's just nice, like all of these have different functions. So yeah, it's just kind of nice to have a combination of all of these. So I'm just kind of showing you the difference. I don't know if this type of an explanation is helpful to anyone. When I go off on tangents like this, I can get so nerdy when it comes to brushes, and I can showcase the differences like that all day. I feel like I have a Pomeranian hair on my lip. Okay. So yeah. Let's go in. Okay. Are you guys making suggestions as to which shades I should use today? Mustard yellow and olive green shades are gorgeous. Are y'all talking amongst yourselves? Hey, Melissa. Hey, Kat. Welcome everyone. No worries, Kat. I hope you're well. I know you're recovering from being sick, so I hope you're feeling better. Kieran's favorite holiday is Halloween. You love the cozy vibes and fall fashion. I'm all about the pumpkin spice lattes. I love the cozy vibes too. My favorite holiday is Christmas, but fall is just reminding me that Christmas is right around the corner, so. How her new pointed pencil type brush will work for the lips. She said she uses it for that and it looks pretty decent. But do you find natural hair better? I don't know exactly what that pointed brush shape is because I haven't done a deep dive into like her new brushes that she has coming out. But in my opinion, Kolinsky is the GOAT when it comes to lip brushes. Like natural hair Kolinsky is the best for lip brushes. You can't beat the way that it just like wipes off easily. It's resilient, but it's soft at the same time. Like it's not uncomfortable or pokey. I just find that like Nikki's synthetic, and like I said, I bought her last set, but like some of her synthetic brushes are just wah, wah, like a miss in my, like this one in particular is the worst one. The N11. It is pokey AF, y'all. Like, in comparison to something like this Hakuhodo 241 that you can get on the Fude Bobo website through my link, which is Kolinsky, like, this is far superior on so many levels. This natural hair Kolinsky is just like, you will not have anything poke you when you are stabbing this, like you're dealing with like the most delicate skin, right? The most delicate area on the entire face. You're blending out your lash line. Like you don't want something this like stiff and pokey. And not only that, but the way that Kolinsky applies color, it like glides. I almost want to like show y'all what I mean. Okay, this is another one that I love by Takeda. It's just this little like angled one that is just so perfect for like flicking out wings. Like it's just way better than what you find on like these synthetic cheap bristles from China. Like they just, so if her new brush line is anything like her last one, which it appears to be, like let's test it out. Let's do a test because like now I'm curious. Okay, I'm gonna take this deep purple. Okay, getting a good amount on this Kolinsky brush, and I'm gonna like, oops, this is called edgy. Like, and then taking, and of course they're not like the same exact, they're not the same exact shape, right? Like this one's applying a lot more because it's thicker, but there's something about the way that like you could see that the hair is like gliding on the skin. You see that? And like it's softer in application. So this right here is just like the skin on the back of my hand is obviously too like going to be a lot tougher than it is on my eyeball. And it's hard to make the comparison until you're like trying it actually on your face. So like, I don't know, like it's just hard to describe unless you're actually like using these and comparing them side by side. And then you kind of realize like, oh, I get why this Kolinsky is so like hyped up. Because it's just a lot more comfortable the way it glides. And like these aren't that cheap. That's the thing too. Like they're not that, like these are the price that you're buying these cheap synthetic manufactured like machine made brushes from China are just like, if you were to know exactly how much it cost BK Beauty to make those, I'm sure you'd be like appalled. Like they probably upsell it like ×5 at least. And I find the opposite to be true with these handmade Japanese makeup brushes, where you have an artisan actually hand bundling these. It's almost like it feels like a steal when you're using just superior tools. Superior tools are just going to make your makeup look superior. So there's like an Angie Hot and Flashy, like flat synthetic brush that I have. But this Takeda KQ12S is just on so many levels so much better because it's Kolinsky and it's not going to be pokey. The hairs will just pick up better, whether it's like shimmers or otherwise. And you're just going to find that your makeup game is just elevated when you start to use natural hair bristles and compare to synthetics. Oh, I'm back from church at around 6-ish. Depending if I stop for food after. Because there's like a taco truck down this, like, midway between church and my house. And I feel like it always calls my name when I'm trying to be good and I'm trying to be on this cute little diet before going to Florida. But, you know, the taco truck just, it does me dirty. So if I stop to get food, it takes me a little bit longer. But otherwise, yeah, church is an hour and it starts at 5. All right, so which shades should I go into, y'all? I'm now getting kind of overwhelmed at how many shades are in this palette. Kat says she's getting all the Hourglass palettes this year. I've gotten all of them a few years in a row. I think I can shift through all of them through a year regularly and I never regret those choices. Good to know. The only one that I feel like I could have skipped though, because I think last year I got all 3 too, and probably the year before that too. I can't remember. But this Tiger palette I don't find myself reaching for because these shades here are like just a little deep for me. These like orangey ones. They're beautiful, but for me, they're more like eyeshadow shades than cheek shades. They can work, but especially this one is just a little deep. So I feel like I didn't absolutely need this colorway. But I grabbed this like darkest ambient palette, volume 3 too, and I don't tend to reach for it for the same reason. These two work for me better than this one, but this one I don't really find much use for because it's really warm. So I think around the same time, like I just kind of got excited that Hourglass was coming out finally with deeper colorways. And so I kind of wanted to try them. But truthfully, I could probably just stick to the medium to light category. I'm thinking maybe because I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll pick up the light and the medium palettes this year from Hourglass. But then I'm thinking maybe the light is going to be too light for me. I don't know what I'm doing here. Maybe I'll put a little bit of edgy right here too. Just kind of deepen that up. Now that I have that graphic wing, I think I'm just kind of getting inspired. Yeah, right? It's just worth, yeah, right? Paying a little bit extra and you get such better quality. Yeah. And like I said, like for 6 of Nikki's brushes, you're paying almost $200. Like, and if you buy them individually, it's even higher. Like supposedly that's at a discount. I'm just kind of like, ooh, that's steep. Like you pay a little bit more and get these Sonia G brushes that'll last you like your whole lifetime. And the like outcome of how your makeup's gonna look is going to be better. Like the joy that you feel interacting with like just like this handle, and just like knowing that an artisan made this brush for me. When I first got into Fude, that was really what was like so crazy to think about, was an artist made this by hand for me to own and use and enjoy. Like bundled every single one of these hairs, dyed them. It's just, it's kind of crazy to think about. And I think about it every time I reach for these brushes. So I don't know. I'm not really going to get into like the ethical stuff behind like supporting like China and stuff like that. But I just feel better buying from Japan. And that's all I'll say on that. Oh, you get a lot more tan than me? Okay, so then that does that work for you then, Kat. Okay, we're getting kind of crazy here with this eye look, y'all. I don't have a plan. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going for it. Smoothie only diet for the last shade. The last shade, the first row. Oh, you want me to use this one, Melissa? This one? I think that's a good idea. I should use that one. Hey, Tillion. Thank you for the compliment. Deer is gorge. So many people say it's too sheer. Ah, don't get me started, Tillion. Tillion the ragdoll. I was trying to convince myself out of getting that one, telling myself, oh, it might be too sheer for me. And now you saying that is gonna make me want it. Y'all know I'm not that hard to convince to buy makeup. This might be getting in the category of being a little intense for Jesus, y'all. All right. You know what I didn't do that I wanted to do is put a little bit of an eyeshadow primer down. Is it too late? This is the Chantecaille one. I'm just gonna do a little, because I want to put a shimmer shade right here. Maybe we should do the Pat McGrath. Where is it? This one. It's like a primer for shimmers. I could be here all day, y'all. playing with these eyeshadows. Okay. Babies. That's the shade I'm going into. When I first read it, I read it upside down and I thought it said boobies. Melissa, thank you for telling me to use this one. You were right. You were so right. Okay, I'm kind of curious to see how packing it on with this brush that I just showed y'all in comparison to the Sonia G one, that's a little bit more flat and has less hairs bundled, compares to doing that same exact thing that I just did. I'm going to zoom you in a little. With the new Sonia G one. Let's just see for fun. Get a good amount. Hey K-Dog, welcome. I'm getting ready for church. I do this on Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's very nice to have you. I'd love for you to join the fam. Yes, and Kat is our moderator extraordinaire here. Coined that term from I think Keisha started calling Brittany that on Sun's channel. So now I call Kat my moderator extraordinaire. Okay, that's interesting. I do feel like there was a difference in the application between this brush because it's a little bit thicker. I hope it doesn't have to do with the way I put the base down. But do y'all see that this one has a little bit more impact than this one? Let me see if I pack some more on with, and these are the eye brushes that I use all the time on my channel that I mention all the time that you can get on the Foodie Bubble website. They're by the brand Number 8. The OEM is understood to be Hakuhodo, so it's Number 8 by H. And they're a mix of Canadian squirrel and goat hair. And there's a whole series. You can buy them separately. But they're all so great and underrated. Yeah, for some reason, I feel like I'm getting more impact with this one. I don't know if it's the mix of the hair or the bundling. Like the shape of this brush being more flat. Y'all see that, or is it just me? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, this is another one in that same series. Maybe I have to deepen this crease up just a tad. I love this one because it's so precise and pointy. Cute. How's that looking? Okay. I'm gonna take this little tiny one by Sonia. And I want to do an inner corner pop. So let's do this one. Thrill. Oh, thank you. You love the claw clip and the earrings. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I should do my hair up for y'all more. The earrings are Ana Luisa. I love Ana Luisa's jewelry because it's like brass or silver that's gold plated, so it doesn't tarnish and it's affordable, and these are really lightweight. So I have, like, even my bracelets, Ana Luisa. And I used to buy my Ana Luisa jewelry from the website directly. Thank you for the hearts, y'all. Did everybody like the video? Please go ahead and double tap. I think if you're watching on your phone, that works. But yeah, so I used to buy the jewelry from Ana Luisa directly. But then I saw that they came out on Nordstrom. So I was really excited. It's always nice to see a small business do well enough where like you support them directly, and then you find that they later get to a big retailer like Nordstrom. And supposedly they're very like ethical about the way they source their gold. They have elite customer service, like top tier customer service. So I like shouting them out and supporting them. Okay. Hopefully that's looking okay. If I'm not organized about my brushes, I lose them because everything's in front of me and it's just like a hot mess. Okay. Nine likes and 20 watching. Thank you, Kieran, for reminding people to like. Yeah, anybody that wants their channels dropped, feel free to drop them, Kat. Any of my viewers that have YouTube channels. I know Melissa Lorraine has a YouTube channel. Everybody go follow Melissa. Kieran has a YouTube channel. Go follow my friend Kieran, and anybody else that's watching that wants their channel dropped. I'm always happy to shout you out and support you. We all got to support each other here. All right. I went in and kind of like cleaned up any like fallout on my inner tear duct with these little pointy Q-tips that I have on my Amazon storefront. I do have an Amazon storefront, so check that out and help support my Amazon storefront, please. Anytime you shop on Amazon, if you just go through my Amazon link, it helps me out, even if you don't buy something on my storefront. So I appreciate you for doing that. I'm just taking a little bit more of that little, like the edgy, the deep purple shade, and just kind of carrying that into the inner portion of the eye ever so slightly. It's almost like an eggplant shade. Okay. And then what should we do for the... Okay, I think I have an idea for the rest of the eye. Let's do a little bit of... Hopefully this doesn't go sideways on me. A little bit of this like warmer brown with that brush that I was talking about using earlier. Just to add a little bit of warmth in this outer corner. Oh my gosh, I like barely dipped into that shade and I got a ton of impact. This is shade Familia. I think it's because this has Weasel mixed in. I think it's Goat and Weasel. And Kolinsky's a form of weasel. And Kolinsky is known to be, like, it has a lot of pickup when compared to other bristle types, like squirrel, for instance, or fox, or goat. Ooh. We're getting smoky with this, aren't we? How come that, like, does not look like the color that I dipped into? I dipped into this shade and it looks nothing like that on the lid, right, y'all? It's so weird. I don't think I had anything on the brush before. I'm always pretty good about, like, wiping off my brushes between uses. This is so, like, therapeutic for me, y'all. I could just sit here forever and, like, continue to mess around and perfect an eyeshadow look like this. I just never give myself the luxury to do it, you know? So maybe now that I'm on vacation, y'all, for the next couple weeks, turn your notifications on if you're following me on Instagram. And if you're following me on YouTube, you can turn on your notifications so that you get notified when I go live. If y'all didn't know me, if you're new to my channel, I'm a lawyer by day. So I do this beauty kind of on the side. It's my creative outlet. And I started these channels not too long ago to deal with the stress of my day job. So, I almost never take vacation. It's like so hard for me to take vacation because I feel like I'm leaving my clients and like my clients need me. So yeah, I'm just kind of a workaholic in that sense. So I had like a bunch of vacations stacked up and, so yeah, I forced myself to take some vacation time, and because I'm going to be off for the next couple weeks, you never know, I might just turn on the camera and have a little impromptu live and just play with makeup. So these 3 p.m. Sunday lives are always scheduled, and I try to be as consistent as possible with them. But because of my vacation, me being on vacation in the upcoming weeks, if inspiration hits, you know, I'm going in with a tiny bit of Carpe Diem, this one up here. And just kind of, so I'm going to try to take advantage of any time I'm just kind of like inspired. And I randomly, like it just happens to be like, it depends on what mood I'm in. Like if I want to film or create content or go live, sometimes I just get an itch and I'm like, I miss everybody. I want to go live. And I just turn on the camera and go live with y'all. So a few videos that I can think of that I want to do upcoming, maybe live, are, and I know I want to get back on like filming like actual YouTube videos too, but I just have so much fun interacting with y'all. So lives are just so much more fun to me than like sitting in my studio and talking to a camera in an empty room. So, but yeah, I do want to get back on those like curated YouTube videos. So maybe, you know, I'll film 1 or 2 of those, but I'm going to add a little bit of, actually, I want to go in and do a little bit of lower lash line work right here. I'm just going to try to match what's on top. I want to do maybe some empties, because I've been collecting some empties for y'all to show you what I've been using up lately, like when it comes to makeup and skincare. And then I might do like a get unready with me. I haven't done one of those in a while. So I get asked about my skincare routine. So I'll share that with y'all. I wanted to go into Risk. That one was like calling my name, but I feel like I don't have anywhere really to put it. Maybe I'll do, okay, I know. I'll do a little bit of that Risk shade, like right here. Kind of help blend that out. So this is Risk. Right here. This palette is so fun, isn't it? I should use it more. Once I get in that new palette, I'll do some content on that. It's just, I don't have time to do intricate eye looks like this on a daily basis when I go to court. Not only do I not have time, but I also feel like my day job is so like serious that as it is, I'm like the attorney that wears the most makeup around. I don't see anybody else really get into makeup like I do. So I don't know. I always feel like weird showing up in like full glam like this to court, like where it's just so like stale and serious of an environment. So I do like get ready every day. It's just that my makeup is primarily more like skin focused. Excuse me, I have to wipe my nose. Allergies. Hey Becky, welcome. Hey Jamie. The lip ended up going well with it too. Thank you. Yeah, right? Like a more understated lip because there's a lot going on the eyes. Y'all like it? Yeah, I have a couple of weeks off coming up where I'm going to have like a staycation. And then in the beginning of October, I'm going to Florida since my nephew is expected to be born any day now. My brother's girlfriend, Allie, is pregnant, and my nephew, Tommy, is expected to join us in this world any day she is due. So early October, he should be here. And me and my family have a trip planned to go visit my brother in Florida. All right, y'all, I'm wrapping this up because I gotta go see Jesus right now. Hey, Natsufude. How are you? I love this Valentino Brow Trio. I will always sing its praises. Highly recommend it if you haven't tried it already. I do have a brow tutorial. It's like a little short that I did on my Instagram. If anybody's interested in scrolling down, or I'm happy to like DM it to you on how I do my brows, but it's pretty simple. I don't do too much. Rare Beauty Brow Gel, I've been enjoying very much. Solid, reliable. Okay, I think we did everything except highlight. Let's just top this off with a little bit of highlighter. I even like using that same brush in that series, even though it's for the eye. It's like kind of large for an eye brush, so I kind of like using it for highlighter. Which one shall we dip into? Let's dip into this leopard. I love this highlighter in this leopard shade, in this leopard palette. I like to be precise about where I put my highlight, so I think that's why I like this brush. Right on the top of the cheekbone there. Little bit of the top of the forehead to give us kind of like that Botox glow, if y'all know what I mean. That Botox shine. Love the eye look. Thank you. All right. This is the Hourglass. Ooh. What is the Caution? No, the Unlocked. I like the other Hourglass mascara too. But this is their tubing version. Y'all have seen me use this one a million times. But it's a very reliable one for the bottom lashes. I use Lashify on my top lashes. You can get Lashify 20% off the entire website. I've done a lot of videos showcasing how I do my lashes. It's a DIY at-home lash extension system. I just did these right before the live. And I recently filmed a video on this exact style. I just kind of took them off, wiped them off with a little bit of alcohol and stuck them back on again. Because that's the cool thing about Lashify is that they're good quality lashes. And so you can reuse them. And it's 100% PBT silk. So cruelty free. No animal testing. I made sure to confirm that. Thank you so much, Stacy. Okay, see you next time, Stacy. Bye. Thank you, Kat, for dropping links. Appreciate you. A little bit of that same highlight down the nose. And I love a good brow bone highlight. Every time I do an intense eye look, it looks weird to me. Maybe because I never do intense eye looks. Are we even on both sides? Do they look the same? How do we like it? Did I blend everything out okay? We good to go, y'all? We need to touch anything up. We do a little bit more gloss. I just don't want to do too much of an intense lip because there's a lot on the eyes already. And I think something with like my hair pulled back makes it look like more intense. I don't know. Or more glam somehow. Thank you. Yes, if you're watching the replay, shout out to you. I'm just going to grab what I'm wearing. This is going to be my shirt of choice here. It's by Jenny Kane. And it has like this really beautiful detail. I hope the camera's picking that up. Do you see that? It's like really, I don't know, like it's just really pretty. Like the stripes, it's hard to describe. But what is this material? Oh, it's linen and cotton. 69% linen, 31% cotton. So it's just like this button up. It looks good with the hair up like that. Okay, cool. Thank you, Kat. Love the look, says Gabby. Gotta glow for Jesus. Yes. All right, y'all. This is the outfit. And then for perfume, let's see. Let's do... I've been loving this, The Vanille by Net. She smells so good. If you're a vanilla lover like me, you can't go wrong with this one. Smells delicious. Blind Buy and no regrets. It's just like the perfect daily vanilla perfume. Okay, y'all. That's going to be the look. I hope you enjoy. Just wearing this outfit with jeans and some sneakers. I didn't know which shoes to pair with this outfit, so I just went with sneakers for like a more casual vibe. I wear heels every day for court, so on the weekends, I know it's like the opposite. Like people probably would bring out their heels for Sunday mass, but for like, you know, their Sunday best. But for me, I just want to be comfortable, so conservative but comfortable. Okay, bye. Bye, Becky. Giving Miranda's character from Devil Wears Prada. I love that. Somebody said it was also giving, the last time I wore my hair like this, said breakfast at Tiffany's. And I was like, ooh, that's like one of the best compliments ever. Yes, the Valentino Brow Trio. I've like started out the live by raving about it. I love it so much. It was just recently on sale at Sephora, and then I saw that it sold out, so hopefully they'll bring it back. I wear the shade Granite. Don't be deterred by the way that they describe it as a gray tone. It's like the perfect dark brown. Okay, bye everyone. Love you. Have a happy rest of your Sunday. See you soon.